Welcome to Chads by Christ, the show about Catholic lads living Catholic lives. I'm Charlie.
I'm Deshaun.
Desh. Another week is gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I am another week older. And you are also, unfortunately, another week
So
older.
you're gonna say I'm another week younger.
If only.
That
If
sucks.
only. And yesterday, we had our Christmas party for the youth ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And all the teens had a good time, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
And, between that and between life and between being old, got me
Mm-hmm.
thinking about time. And one of my favorite memes that I send in the group chat.
Time?
Time, yes.
Okay.
I sent this meme like this afternoon to you and your old mate, Joel.
Yeah.
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 This is not a visual podcast, so I can't put it on the screen, so I'll try to describe it. In the video game The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64, there's a bit of time travel, and so like one of the characters is like talking to you, the player, and says the flow of time is always cruel, and some other stuff. Let me get it up. Anyway, point is, the flow of time is always cruel, and you can't stop it. I kind of just want to like be a bit wistful and talk about that, because I'm feeling old, and I'm not even old, but I feel old.
We're not old. Well, yeah, the flow of times strictly says we're not old. We're only 25. We're only like, well, who knows how much a quarter of our life would be.
Yeah.
Like, we're not old. Even though the
Yeah.
teenagers like to say we are.
Yeah.
Dang
No,
kids.
you know why I'm thinking about this? I was speaking to the deacon yesterday, and he was telling like one of the teens, one of the kids, like 11 years old. He's a kid. He was talking about how the deacon, met like someone he knew in primary school.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. Anyway, keep going.
Sorry, I just mind blanked for a sec.
Yeah.
His friend, yeah. It's like, I knew her 11 and 11 and 11 years ago.
11 and 11 and 11.
Yeah, because like it's trying to
Wow.
like put it in perspective of like I
Yeah,
knew this
how old this
person
kid
like
was.
three of
3
this
years
kid's
ago.
lifetimes ago.
That's crazy.
I was just like, dang.
Are they still friends?
I don't know exactly. I don't, because like he sort of said that and then he started talking to me because the kid just walked off. Kids be kids.
Fair enough.
And I like looked at him like, why'd you phrase it like that? And he explained. So yeah.
Cool.
That idea of like, man, like people have lived whole lifetimes of me is spooky.
Yeah. Even our parents, they've lived at least double our lifetime. It's wild.
Yeah. My parents' wedding anniversary was earlier this week. 35 years married, which is like more than me.
Yeah.
There's a whole half of me that just like doesn't exist in my mind.
Man. Oh yeah, because there's a bit of a gap between your brother and yourself as well.
Yes, I'm the youngest by a lot.
Same with me and my brother. I think it's about the same gap.
It is, yeah. You're what, 7-year gap?
Yeah, about that. 7, 8.
Yeah, mine's 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yes, that's wild.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like,
time is a weird thing. Like they say, the older you get, but this is what my dad used to tell me. Like the older you get, the less time a year feels, and I feel like I can more and more relate to that.
yeah,
Like this year is just blown by. It's insane. Like last year, we went to Europe, and that still feels like this year.
it does, doesn't it? It's like
It's wild.
Like it feels like I just came back from Europe. Still, I don't like it.
Which is even wilder because we started the podcast after Europe, so it feels like we started the podcast this year.
Yeah,
We've been podcasting for over a year at this point. Like that's insane.
that's true. Yeah, like this is episode 52, so this is like a year's worth of weekly eps, and we've had breaks
Yeah,
here and
yeah.
there. So yeah.
What?
Dang. How do like the bigger podcasts do it? They have like 500 episodes. That's 10
A year?
years.
Oh, I mean,
Like 500 plus episodes all up.
well, that makes sense. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
doing it consistently. Some of them do like 2 a week,
True. Yeah.
but like they get paid for it. It's like,
Yes.
what?
We do not get paid for it.
But
If
yeah,
if you do want to pay us, just put some money in a bag and throw it at my window.
but I don't know where you live.
That's
That would be
true. I
doxing if
actually,
you release that
yeah, no, I
information.
don't. Yeah, no, I don't think I should give them that info.
Just donate to a charity. We'll
That
consider that
yeah,
payment.
do that. Yeah. If you want to give us money, don't give it to someone who actually needs it.
Yes. But yeah, you gotta wonder, like, has the this is an odd question to ask, but do you reckon the concept of time has like, no, I don't know how to phrase this question. Like, I'm thinking about Jesus's time and like whether time moves in the same way for people. Does what I'm saying is what I'm saying making sense?
I've got like the faintest idea, but
Does
can
time
you?
move the same way for people now that it did back then, but not in like the scientific way, like in the what I just said, like a year feels shorter the more older you get, that sort of thing.
I mean, it's. I think it's different for each person. Like even like whether you're an ancient Egyptian or
That's true.
whatever, even like even modern day people perceive time differently.
That's true.
I remember when I was a kid, 15 minutes seemed like an eternity. Um, Sometimes it still
Man,
does when I'm at work.
true.
You had to flow state. You look up and it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, ah!
Spending time in maths, like as a kid, that hour felt like so long,
Yeah,
and now it's like not as long. It doesn't feel long anymore. Even like the Latin mass doesn't feel that long to me anymore. Like
yeah,
when I first started going, like it felt like ages, but like I don't know if it's like the fact that I've been to like a few like daily mass, like morning, like shorter Latin masses. Like I don't know if that's helped, but like yeah, even like the Latin mass seems shorter to me now. Not as long.
hmm, yeah. I think things just seem short.
Yeah.
There's something about like the way you engage with something that like
Yeah.
changes how you perceive time.
Yeah.
Um, because like there's like two different ways of losing track of time.
Mhm.
There's you lose track of time and it like slips through your fingers, and like you look up and
Mhm.
like where'd it go.
Mhm.
But then there's like when you talk about like work, or it's like maybe that's when you hyperfixate on time. It's like you really feel the seconds tick by,
Mm.
and it feels like long and drawn out.
Yeah.
Um, but to answer your question, going back to like, did the ancients feel time differently? They probably still did, you know, because they didn't have clocks. They didn't do like time to the minute. They lived
Mm.
their lives based on just sundown, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so like, life would have been a lot slower, if that makes sense. Not necessarily easygoing, but
Mm.
yeah, it'd be a lot harder to plan stuff back in those
Yeah.
days. Crap, where was it that I heard this? Like, there was someone was talking about the like one of Jesus's parables about the king who invites everyone to his wedding feast,
Mhm.
and they all flake on him. Like, oh,
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah.
married, or I got a farm, or I got this or that.
And then he invites
Um,
like all the homeless people in the street.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So like this priest was explaining that like back then, to throw a big party like that, being such a logistical nightmare,
Mm.
they'd basically like reserve a whole week and tell people to save the week for the party.
For the one day that the party
Yeah,
would be.
yeah, because like
Wow.
you need all the food and stuff to show up. You need all
Yeah.
your staff. You need the weather to be
Ah,
good. Like there's all these factors that they didn't have like
sorry, did you say the weather or the
loads.
weather? Because I don't think they had Webbers back then. I wish they did, but I don't think they had Webbers back then.
Dude, we barely had a barbecue in the modern day at our Christmas party. Shush.
I heard you say Weber, and I'm like, Weber?
No, weather. Yeah, the climate. That thing that's changing, apparently. I think it is changing.
No, man, I find it funny to think about like cooking snacks on a barbie in Jerusalem or something.
Yeah, what are you going to do with your time machine? Take barbecue. Anyway, back on topic.
Like, I can't get that thought out of my head now, sorry. But yes, back on topic.
What was I? Yeah, so like the logistics of running the party back
Yeah,
then is such a thing, and like there's so much uncertainty
yeah,
that like if you say, "Hey, are you going to come to my party?" you actually have to block out like a week, and then
yeah,
the host will announce like the party's on, and then everyone just has to go.
yeah,
So it's not like how we might imagine it in the modern day, where like this king just announces a party and it's just like dropped on him from nowhere.
mm,
Like these guys were expecting the party, and they like did not spec their lives around the
yeah,
commitment that they made.
mm,
Um, all this to say that, like, yeah, the ancients probably did do time differently to us because time was different for them.
mm.
You know, there wasn't like time zones back then. They didn't have international time back then. They probably just sent letters by camels.
They didn't have time zone back then. They didn't have Midnight Club 6 arcade machine.
No, they did not. They were dark times back then, Desh.
Can't imagine living in that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they wanted to do drifts, they had to get on their horse and
Didn't they drift the horse and cart in Gladiator? Well, you can't
yeah,
drift the horse, but you can drift the cart
you can drift the horse once, I reckon.
till you break its legs.
You'll,
Yeah.
you'll need a new horse, but yeah, you can drift the
Yeah.
horse exactly once. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's something to think about.
I had the beginnings of a thought about Gladiator, and I forgot. Just travel was different back then.
Mm. Oh
You know,
yeah, travel was hugely.
there's no such there wouldn't have been such a thing as holidays back then. It was just I'm going, bye.
What do you mean, no such thing as holidays?
Because like for us, we can like fly off to the other side of the world in uh half a day, like a day,
Yeah.
like 2 days tops, right?
Mm.
But like if I was in the ancient world and I wanted to go from Rome to Africa,
Mm-hmm.
that's like a month just in a boat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like you don't like spoilers for Gladiator 2, like the start of Gladiator 2 has that sort of sequence
Mm.
where a guy is taken from Africa to Rome. And like
Mm.
that whole time is just skipped it with a jump cut. And it's like
Even though it took a month.
yeah, it's like that's a whole like month of just in the boat eating
Yeah.
ship biscuits. It's just like I don't even what is a ship biscuit? It's like imagine a scone that's stale. Like that's a ship's biscuit, I
What
think.
about fish?
Yeah, they maybe
Oh,
they
but we're
eat
gonna
fish.
cook the fish.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't really cook fish.
Yeah.
Like back then, like
Not
they'd just eat
okay.
like solid stale carb, and then they
Yeah.
wouldn't get enough vitamin C because they didn't eat fruit, and then they get scurvy and die.
Do you reckon you had to apply for annual leave to to take time off for an Africa? I need 3 months off, boss.
Yeah, boss, I need at least 1 year off. I'm going on vacation to Pemphrygia. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think it works like that. It's just like, alright, boss, I'm going. I quit, and then you go and you get new employment at wherever you go. Because
HR must have been a nightmare. Must have been a nightmare for HR.
I think back then HR was just like the town guard, and you just get like beat. Like you don't get written up if you like don't
You
meet your
you don't
quota.
get written up, you get beheaded.
Yeah, basically, you just get whipped.
Oh, you need 3 months off, you say beheaded.
Yeah, yeah. 3 months off, more like off with your head.
But yeah, dark times.
Yeah,
As we were saying before, dark times.
dark times.
But
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah,
like
times.
for
That's what we're talking about.
kids back then, would time have felt as short as it is for kids now, or would it have felt longer because like there's not as much to do. There's no brain. There wasn't any brain run around.
There was no Skibidi Riz brain
Like
rot, and that's why I
I
feel
feel
old.
I feel like brain rot genuinely makes time go faster because like you're just sitting there doing nothing, and then you look up and 2 hours have gone by.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like they didn't have that back then, so like they would have actually had to do stuff with their time, and that probably would have made the day go longer or shorter. Like who knows?
Yeah, no, like I don't think it would have changed whether they'd like do stuff and look up and the day was gone, right? I
Mm.
think the big thing is that when they looked up, they were still like doing a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Maybe I don't know. They still played like Tiggy and
They still played, yeah, but
whatever,
like
but they were puffed out. You know, like kids
yeah,
only had physical play back then, and maybe
exactly, yeah.
like a wooden spinning top.
Or marbles or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, they didn't have Skibidi Riz, Ohio Phantom Tax or whatever. What are
Mm.
these words?
I don't know. Still trying
Yeah.
to figure it out.
Yeah, I know you say we're young, but I don't feel young. I don't know what the
To be
kids are
fair, these
saying
kids are
or
just making up words. That's not on us, man.
I guess. I used to do that. I invented the phrase gas bagging. That was fun.
Yes, please.
Back in my heyday.
Yeah, yeah. Was it even that was last year as well, wasn't it?
What?
Maybe the year before. Maybe the year before.
Hang on, no, 'cause last year was my first March for Life, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, no, it was last year.
Did it start at March for Life? What?
That's when I like started using it like publicly, if that makes sense. That's when it started to spread.
See.
Yeah, because I remember like you and Carmel. I overheard you and Carmel talking about gaslighting or something. And I just randomly turn around. I'm like, gas bagging? Who's gas bagging?
And so thus gas bagging was born.
Yes.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah, last year was a wild ride.
But there's the
So
year
this,
before
so
was
this
a
year,
wild ride too. Like
so this year.
they've been nothing but wild rides.
The year before actually was pretty tame.
What was that, 22?
Yeah, 22 was like pretty tame. Like we were just coming out of COVID, like pretty tame, I think.
22. 22 I was recovering from a breakup, so it was not tame for me.
Okay.
22 was very if I was a
Yeah,
girl, I'd be
22
like
to be
watching
tough.
rom-coms and eating ice cream, but I'm a guy, so I just watched anime. Probably
Anime
more
played video
harmful.
games.
What was that?
Anime and played video games.
Honestly,
Greatest
yeah.
time of my life.
In my defense, it was a good anime. March Comes In Like a Lion is goated.
What
Highly
anime was it?
recommend. It's called March Comes In Like a Lion.
Okay, I haven't heard of it.
How do I explain? It's you know those like animes that are about like just some dude's life, and so it
No,
gets like
not really.
nice and emotional, but you can't explain it.
So like it's literally just about a dude's like his everyday life.
Basically, but like the dude's like a young shogi, like Japanese chess prodigy guy with depression,
Mm.
and so it's like you just watch him like grow and get better at making friends and stuff.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
kind of cool. I could get on board with that.
Yeah, it was very helpful for sad old me being
Yeah.
sad and alone.
Hmm. Yeah, that was
Uh,
before you
and
came back.
when did I join Core Team? Core Team was start of 23.
No, when I came back from Lanka in October 22, you were there.
October 22. Okay.
That was, yeah,
Right.
then.
Okay, so then 22 was also a turbulent year for other reasons, but uh, that's staying off air.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
point is, I've had nothing but wild rides.
Yeah, okay, so 22, 23, 24, 21 was COVID. Yeah, so,
21 was COVID,
okay.
yeah.
The last decade for you has been wild rides, I see.
Yeah, I went off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I feel old, because I'm just being stressed for
Yeah,
a significant portion of my life.
fair enough.
I wonder what stress does to, like, the passage of time.
Stress. I feel like I could see it making time feel slower, but also longer. Like, it
Isn't it?
depends on the kind of stress. Like, in an exam, stress makes time go quicker. but when you're at work, maybe it probably makes time go slower. Like it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah. I think exam stress is weird though. Like exam stress is the kind of stress where you like feel like it's an eternity, but then you hear the bell go and you like crap yourself because you didn't realize time was that limited.
Yeah. That's true.
Like it's both.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah. And then you think about God. Just to completely tangent, you think about God and how he's like he sees all of time at once.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Like God's words would have made time. How wild is that? Like going back to like one of our retreat talks. Like
Yes.
everything came from God and God just speaks and things happen. So time, like was it Isaac Newton that defined time? No, Einstein. Einstein defined like special relativity and like time. So
That's a whole other thing.
Einstein could have just been like, "Oh, God did it," and like, "Yeah, job done, guys. I did it.
No,
Defined
Einstein did.
time."
He didn't define time. He made it more undefinable. Like his whole
Einstein
shtick was
invent
that.
Einstein invented time. You cannot fight me on this. He invented it.
I yeah
There was no
okay
time before Einstein.
yeah, but
Time did not flow before Einstein.
I'm pretty sure they had clocks before Einstein.
Nah, no clocks.
All right, okay, fine.
There was no being late for work before Einstein.
Yes, there was.
Yes, unfortunately there was. But yeah, like God's words made time. Like that's a trippy concept.
Yep.
Let there be time.
I mean, yeah, no, he
Was there
literally. Yeah, no,
was there
like
time in the Garden of Eden?
there
Oh,
was,
I
there
guess he
was.
made the days and the nights. So
Yeah, he
that
made the day and the night. Yeah, the sunrise.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
technically there was time like from the very moment of like let there be light. I think. Like, how does the sequence go? He makes light, but then when does the day end?
Isn't let there be? I know we're gonna have to go back to Genesis.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right
Genesis,
now.
Iris, BC. God created the air, let there be light.
RCC.
Okay, so from the very first day there was
Yeah.
time. Yes, you're
So
right.
he made light, separated it from the darkness. So he called the light day and the darkness night, and then there was evening and
Evening
morning
and
one
morning.
day.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So there was always time, basically.
From the first moment of creation,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
But what happened before that first moment of creation? Because God was still there. I think I've talked about. I think I studied this in like text and traditions or something. Like what happened before? Like God was always there.
Yeah.
Like that's another trippy concept in itself.
Yeah. God was before time. What do you mean
Yeah.
before time?
God is older than time. What?
Man, and I thought I was old.
God, you don't look a day over 65.
Can you imagine going to heaven, seeing the face of the divine, and being like, "Hey, what's your moisturizer routine? You don't look a day over 65."
Yeah, yeah. I bet it's not like nah. That's gonna be a whole other tenor. It's gonna be like, bet he's not even gonna like be old. He's gonna be like a young man. He's gonna look like a young man.
Is he? I don't know what he's gonna look. He's just gonna be. He just is.
The Simpsons depicted God. Is that a good representation of what he looks like?
No, we have icons.
Of Jesus. I mean,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no,
but
we don't
like,
have icons of the Father. Yeah, no. But no,
I
The
mean,
Simpsons is
Jesus.
not a good representation.
I see. I see. Noted. Truly noted. Yeah. But yeah, like we don't have any representation of the Father. Like only even Moses didn't directly see the Father, did he?
No,
No,
no, he
he
did.
didn't.
He did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Moses is the only one who saw the Father face to face.
Yes.
And then
Wait, was it face to face though?
it was face to face. Yeah, like it is like straight up in Exodus, like uh, face. Like there's a thing where it's like, oh, they spoke face to face like friends, and that's why
Mm.
like Moses's face glows.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
But then like something happens
Please
and
show me your glory. Look, there is a place near me. You can stand on the rock, and as my glory passes by, I'll put you in a crevice in the rock and cover you with my hand until I've passed by, and then I'll remove my hand so you may see my back, but my face must not be seen.
uh,
No, but yeah, Moses asked to see God's glory, and God shows it to him, but he doesn't show him his face. Just his
where's that?
Exodus 33:17.
Because Exodus 33, 11 says, "Thus the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face, as a man speaks to his friend."
So it does. That's confusing.
Yeah,
Maybe God's glory and like the face-to-face thing are different.
maybe. What was it? 33:17. You were saying?
Mm. Sorry, not seven. Like it's part of that passage.
Oh, 33, 18.
Yeah, please show me your glory. And then yeah, but it says you cannot see my face because a man. Yeah, it says I'm so confused. It says a man cannot see me and live.
Oh, hang on, no. So this is. Is
Although I
this
guess he could be
this
giving
is this
Moses.
is
Right.
shortly after the Israelites do something bad?
Yes,
What is the bad thing that they do?
my mind is gravitating towards the calf. Yeah, it's the golden calf.
Oh yeah, the command to leave Sinai. Yeah, yeah. So this is right after the golden calf. So yeah, I
Yeah.
guess before the golden calf, Moses would have spoken face to face in some capacity.
Ah, okay.
But then after the golden calf, everything gets cooked, and
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
that checks out. Yeah.
sin
Okay.
sin separates you from God, so that checks out. Yeah,
Yeah.
like in the
Right.
garden. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's yet again another. Is that related to time? Like that was a whole huge tangent. Was that related to time in any way?
not particularly. How did we get there?
um, we're talking
We
about Genesis.
we were talking
We're
about
talking
Genesis.
about the representation of God and how Moses is again the person that's seen.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was a complete tangent, and that tangent burned a lot of time. Time check.
Yeah. 32 minutes. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
But
Um,
yes.
you mentioned Einstein,
Mm.
and it's the whole thing with Einstein and relativity is the thing about like if I if my dad got into a rocket ship flying at the speed of light,
Mm-hmm.
goes to the center of the galaxy and comes back, he wouldn't have aged all that much. But then on Earth, like six
Mm.
generations would have passed or something.
Yeah. Like Interstellar.
Yes, like
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Uh, Matthew McConaughey goes into the wormhole
Oh,
and his daughter is old.
yeah. What a great movie on time. If anyone has not seen Interstellar, fantastic movie. Go watch.
Great movie. When is the anniversary screening happening? Or did I
We've
miss
missed
that?
it like three. We've missed it like 3 times. There was one in
Dang.
December as well.
Ah. Sad.
We keep missing it. But yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, that's the story of my life. I just miss everything.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I mean, no, I mean, we're talking about time. Like, let's talk about Interstellar. Like, like even there, like the concept of time. Like, obviously, that's based on scientific. That's based on science, but it's like super interesting, right?
Yes.
Like, the closer he gets to this black hole, the more time is passing by, and like by the time he gets back, he's older. He's older. No way.
No.
No, his daughter is older than him because
Yes.
time passes on Earth quicker than near the black hole.
Yes. And there's even like a more localized version in the space station where like one guy gets left behind on the station or whatever.
Yeah,
And they go
yeah.
down to the planet for like 30 minutes.
Come back
But
and
on
it's been 24 years.
Yeah. Could you
Uh,
imagine being on a mission like that and your friends are gone for
yeah,
24 years?
24 years.
A whole me?
Insane. And like he's got like no knowledge. Insane.
Yeah, that's cooked. The flow of time
Uh,
really is always cruel.
yeah. Is it though? Like,
Ah,
say
that's
you
a
had a,
good question.
say you had a really tough childhood, even like a really tough, just like young adulthood, and then you get to thoroughly enjoy your retirement. Does the
Hmm.
flow of time is the flow of time still cruel?
That's a good question. Yeah, no, because they say time heals all wounds too.
Yeah.
Is the flow of time always cruel? I mean, the flow of time isn't like sentient, so it's
Mm.
neither. It's sort of just a fact of
Okay, fair.
life.
Yeah. Hey man, you named this. You named the topic.
I mean, the topic was based out of a meme. All right,
But yeah,
um,
like,
it's not
is
cruel, but it is painful, even if like it
always?
heals all wounds. I
But is it
mean,
always painful? Like, yes, you get older, but like, even saying that, some people get stronger as they get older. Like, I'm seeing more and more like elderly, like doing weightlifting and like running marathons.
but Dash, if you want no pain, no gain.
Yeah, but that pain is there whether you're young or old. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but it's not. But like the thing is like
Like
people
that.
say the flow of time is cruel because life is full of pain,
Mm,
and so like even though joys come with it, like pain comes along with it too. If
okay,
that
so
makes
the
sense.
flow, well, like when they say the flow of time is cool, they're talking about life as a whole, not just one element of life. Like,
No,
say you
they
had
are
a really
talking
tough.
about.
See, that doesn't make sense. Like, because then you go back to that thing I was saying before. Like, like imagine you had a really tough childhood, really tough young adulthood, like middle age, and then you get to like your retirement, and it's like the time of your life. Like, you get to do everything you ever wanted.
Yes.
Is the flow of time still cruel there?
Well, like
And is that dependent on
strictly technically speaking, the flow of time is neutral because
right,
it's not the time itself that is cruel or uncruel. It's what we do with it.
right?
The reason people say the flow of time is cruel or similar
Mm,
statements
mm,
is because uh, of just the day to day sufferings of life.
yeah.
And so when you asked, like, is that all of time, all of life? I said no, because they're only looking at the bad parts and not the good parts. Do you know what I mean?
I do, but like, what?
It
That sounds like your whole life is defined by the bad parts of your life.
can be if that's how you want to look at it. Like, I'm using this meme ironically as like, haha, time has
Yeah,
passed. But like people like do genuinely have that kind of pessimism, I think.
that's a good point. Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Okay, now we're opening up a whole new can of worms.
I was gonna say, like, we could segue into the topic we were meant to talk about before I brain farted. The topic about
Yeah,
facing pain.
yeah.
But that's next week's problem. Because I think we're out of time now. We've gone over for like 40 something.
38 minutes. Still not too bad, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
Yes. Yeah.
Prayer intention.
Prayer intentions. I'll start off with the bog standard. Um, pray for an end to all the conflicts throughout the world. Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestine. I'm hearing on the TV about not a new conflict, but an ongoing conflict that's becoming prominent for some reason in Syria.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, more conflict all the time, everywhere. So keep
Mm,
praying for peace. And as for my topical intention, I pray that we all make the most of the time that we have
mm-hmm.
because we actually don't have an infinite amount of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag memento mori. We will run out of time soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta do good with what we have. And
Yep.
by we, I mean me. Pray for me. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I guess following on from that, did you pray for the box ended already?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I must have missed that. Um, I'm gonna segue tiny little bit. So the today I was watching like a reel from one of the people we follow on Instagram actually. Well we'll yeah, we can shout him out. We'll put him in the description of this episode. But basically he was quoting something from scripture about oh man, now I've forgotten what he was talking about.
That's good.
Hang on, I need it was really good, so I need to pull it up. Oh, yeah, it was about it's related to, like, what you were saying, Charlie. It was, like, directly about how, faith is nothing, like, if you don't do good works as well.
I
Oh,
Epistle
yeah, so he
James.
was talking about that, and Yeah. So yeah, I guess like with the time that we're given, we need to have our faith, but we also need to do good works with it, and that's really up to us, like what the works are. And we're not limited to one kind of like good work either. There's plenty of good work to go around. So we pray that
Yeah.
we're all able to, yeah, do that good work, especially where it needs doing.
Amen. Well said. Yeah, and on that note, we will leave things off for tonight. Hope you enjoyed what you heard. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If you
Mhm.
didn't, tell us, comment, email us, chadsbychrist@gmail.com, jump on our Discord, do whatever you want. Most importantly, pray for us, and
Mm.
we hope to catch you in the next one. God bless.
God bless, guys. See ya.